Welcome to Module 3. Module 2 gave discovery a shape, 5 stages, gates, and 3 perspectives. That shape is the container. This module is about what goes inside it. We are going to watch stages 0 and 1 run through FeedLoop and introduce the framework that keeps stage 1 connected to what customers actually need to accomplish. By the end, you will have both the container and the North Star. The answer worth reaching for. Outputs becoming inputs makes discovery cumulative. Each stage's outputs are the raw material for the next stage. Without that chain, every stage starts from a blank page. Stages 0 and 1 are this module's scope. Stage 0 validates whether the signal deserves deep investigation. Stage 1 discovers what the real problem is. FeedLoop begins with a churn signal and ends with a problem statement gate. 2 has validated as worth solving. 2 stages, 2 gates. Both proceed. Stage 0 is the lightest stage in the framework. 6 activities, typically a few days. Its lightness is the point. A signal that doesn't hold up stops here and saves weeks, sometimes months. FeedLoop's signal held up. Mid-market churn at 23% of churned accounts versus 15% of the base. Not a feature complaint. A job breakdown. By the end of stage 0, the team had a discovery charter, a consolidated evidence document that gives Gate 1 everything it needs to make a real decision. One of stage 0's first judgments. Given what this signal suggests, how much discovery does it warrant? Not every signal requires the same depth. A new product bet, entering an unknown market, solving an unvalidated problem, commands full rigor across all 5 stages. A quick experiment testing a specific hypothesis can run in 1 to 2 weeks. The depth should match the cost of being wrong. FeedLoop's churn signal, mid-market customers leaving at 23%, pointed to a significant problem affecting real retention. A quick experiment would not answer it. A new product was not warranted. This was a major feature discovery. That determination shaped everything that followed: the charter, the research plan, the gates. Stage 3. Validation should never be skipped, regardless of discovery type. It is the stage where you find out if you are right. Skipping it means shipping hope. Gate 1 asks one question. FeedLoop had convergent evidence, the churn data, and one piece of customer feedback that changed the conversation. Notice what that feedback is, not a feature request, not a complaint about the product, a statement about an outcome the customer was trying to create in their own work. That is what a job breakdown sounds like. The judgment at Gate 1 is whether the signal reflects a real job breakdown or surface-level noise. That distinction made the decision clear. FeedLoop, proceed. Stage 1 starts with a question most product teams never explicitly ask. Not what feature do customers want? Not what problem do they have with our product? What job are they trying to do? A job is the progress a customer is trying to make in a specific situation. Customers hire products to make that progress. When something does it better, they switch. The job statement test catches the most common error. If your product name appears in the statement, you have described your solution, not the job. FeedLoop assumed the job was collecting feedback efficiently. Stage 1 found otherwise. The job of navigating from A to B efficiently has not changed in decades. Paper maps gave way to GPS devices. GPS gave way to smartphones. Smartphones gave way to voice. The job stayed constant. Every solution was made obsolete. If your product direction is anchored to a solution, it is fragile. If it is anchored to the job, it remains relevant as solutions evolve. That is the strategic value of the jobs to be done lens. Every customer job has 3 dimensions, and each has a different purpose. The functional dimension is what drives solution design, the outcome the customer is trying to achieve. The emotional dimension is how the customer feels while doing the job. This drives adoption. A synthesis tool that works but leaves users uncertain fails the emotional job. The social dimension is how the customer is perceived by others, also drives adoption. FeedLoop. Functional is making confident decisions. Emotional is feeling confident presenting to stakeholders. Social is being seen as evidence-driven, not reactive. All three must be addressed. 13 interviews. The original hypothesis was an organization problem. The research said otherwise. 11 of 13 customers named synthesis, not organization, as the breakdown. Not organizing their data, making sense of it. And the hardest part, the signal was in their early research data all along. The error was not missing information. It was bringing a frame that prevented interpretation of information that was already there. The reframe happened, and accepting it after 2 months invested took courage. That courage is not incidental. It is what the Human Foundation names as one of the conditions genuine discovery requires. When the frame is wrong, every downstream stage inherits it. The framing decision is the most consequential judgment in stage 1. Understanding the job is only half the work. To anchor every downstream stage, the job must be captured in 5 specific artifacts in a strict dependency order. Each depends on the previous being solid. Skip a level, and the artifacts that follow are built on unstable ground. FeedLoop wrote, "Job stories around product ideas first. Only after building the full hierarchy did they find the real job." The framework guide at Unvera.ai carries the authoring level detail for each artifact. Stage 1 surfaces many step needs. Not all of them are opportunities. Importance is the gate. A need that customers do not rate as important cannot become a significant opportunity, no matter how poorly it is currently served. FeedLoop. The organized step scored 8, not an opportunity. The synthesized step scored 15, a major opportunity. 2 months had been invested in optimizing the step that scored 8. The data made the choice unambiguous. The JTBD artifacts from stage 1 are not deliverables to file away. They are the fixed reference point, the North Star. At any moment in discovery, you should be able to trace your current work back to a specific job step and a specific customer need. If you cannot, the work has drifted. FeedLoop's problem statement named the synthesized step as the breakdown zone. Mid-market product teams struggle to synthesize patterns from customer interviews, which results in decisions that do not reflect the full evidence. Gate 2 asked, "Is this worth solving?" The evidence answered, "Proceed." Stage 2 begins from this foundation. That is what Module 4 picks up. The functional job is easy to name. The emotional one takes more honesty. When it works well, relief, confidence, maybe a kind of quiet satisfaction. When it fails, frustration, uncertainty, the feeling of going through the motions. Both are real. Both tell you something about what the product is actually doing. Module 4 picks up at Gate 2. Proceed and watches Stage 2 begin.